Peace to the family, was goody. It's your boy back with another episode. I'm the host, Jody Wins. Welcome to the Jody Wins Show. So we back. We had a pretty good weekend. I hope y'all had a good weekend. We finna get into it. NBA talk. So we gonna start off with some of the games from yesterday. We had the Boston Celtics go against the Knicks. Boston won 118 to 105. My nigga Tatum had 25, 10, and 9. Brown had 22 and 8. Derek White had 19, 9, and 7 for the Knicks. Towns had 24 and 18. Brunson had 22, and Josh Hart had 20, 11, and 9. That was a pretty good game, That's probably like the Eastern Conference Finals, kind of low key. I don't really see no other teams beat unless the Bucks catch fire. You know what I mean? Because they got Giannis and Dame. They always a threat in the East. Cavs, they the best team on the East record-wise, but I don't see them beating none of the top teams in the playoffs. So we had Golden State go against my nigga Kyrie and the Mavs. Golden State won 126 to 102. And nigga Curry had 30 and 7. Jimmy Butler had 18 and 5. For the Mavs, Kyrie had 17 and 5, and PJ Washington had 17. I think everybody on the roster for the Mavs scored a bucket, so that's kind of cool. Everybody producing. But they need AD. They need AD. They need Big. They need Gafford. They need Lively. They need everybody. They're a little team right now. Them niggas shot 43s and only made 10 of them. That's like 25%. Yeah, the Mavs. No, that wasn't the Mavs. My fault, y'all. That wasn't them. But yeah, they gotta figure it out. They're a small team. They're not really a threat right now. Shout out to Golden State. They've been cooking since they got Jimmy Butler. Yeah, we had the Pacers go against the Clippers. Pacers won 129 to 111. That nigga Tyrese Halliburton had 29 and 12. Naismith had a season high 19. For the Clippers, James Harden had 31, 11, and 7. Zubac had 22 and 6. Them niggas shot 43s and only made 10 of them. That's 25%. Norman Powell didn't play. I mean, I'm not really finna put that much into this game because the game it don't really mean nothing right now. We had the Pistons in a shootout. The Pistons went against the Hawks. Pistons won 145 to 143. That nigga K had 38, 12, and 7. Malik Beasley had 24 and 7 off the bench. Them niggas shot 43s and made 20 of them. That's 50%. Them niggas was hitting. For the Hawks, that nigga Trae Young had 38, 13, and 2. Dyson Daniels had 24, 5, and 6. Ning had 27 and 5 off the bench. Like I said, it was a shootout. Everybody was just putting up buckets. Everybody was hitting. I think the Hawks shot like 40. I'm going to say I think it was higher than 45% from the three. They were just hitting too. You feel me? We had the Magic go against the Wizards. Magic won 110 to 90. Wagner had 23 and 7. Paolo Banchero had 19, 5, and 5. Anthony Black had 23 and 7 off the bench. For the Wizards, Jordan Poole had 16 points. He led the way. He was like 6 for 16. Like it was the Wizards done. Chris Middleton didn't play. The Wizards is done. I think the Wizards should just buy out Chris Middleton and let him go to a contending team. We had the Raptors go against the Suns. Raptors won 127 to 109. RJ Barrett had 23, 6, and 7. Emmanuel Quickly had 23, 6, and 8. I think his name Boucher, whatever, had 23 and 10 off the bench. Barnes had 20 and 9. Them niggas was 20 for 35 from 3. 57%. Them niggas was hitting. For the Suns, that nigga Devin Booker led the way with 31 and 8. Bradley Beal had 30 and KD had 15. KD was struggling. He was 5 for 15. KD was struggling. I think this day last year. They had to break that up. KD pretty much gone. We had the Bucks go against the Heat. Bucks won 120 to 113. Dame had 28 and 8. Giannis had 23, 16, and 7. For the Heat, Hero had 40 points, 11, and 7. Bam had 24 and 7. Andrew Wiggins had 20. Dame hit the icing on the cake. He iced them niggas with the 3. It was Dame time, you know what I mean? For the Bucks, like I said, the top teams is the Knicks and the Celtics to me. that can be a threat in the playoffs. I know the Cavs got the best record, but I don't really see them eliminating the Knicks in the 7-game series. I don't see them beating the Celtics in the 7-game series. The only team that could is the Bucks, but the Bucks got to be on their shit because they've been up and down all year. We had the Spurs go against the Hornets. The Pelicans. Pelicans won 114-96. That nigga Zion had 22 and 9 for the Spurs. Champagne and Johnson both had 18 off the bench. Yeah, that game was ass anyway. We had the Cavs go against the Grizzlies. Cavs won 129-123. Donovan Mitchell had 33 and 6. Evan Mobley had 25, 13 and 8. Jerome had 26 and 5 off the bench. For the Grizzlies, Triple J had 22. Ja had 21 and 10. Jared Allen dunked on Ja Morant, and Ja Morant gave him a hug. Ridiculous, but that happened. We had the OKC go against the Timberwolves. OKC won 130-123. SGA had 37, 8 and 8. Ant-Man had 29, 10 and 7. Nasri had 22 and 11. At this point, I think the MVP is SGA. I don't think nobody else should get it. Even he got snubbed last year. Even though Joker cooking this year, I think SGA should get it because SGA just out here. He just out here. You know what I mean? Number one team on the West. Number one team in the league. They got a young squad. They probably like the second youngest team or something like that in the NBA. SGA out there with no other All-Star or Hall of Famer or nothing. He's just out there with the young boys, leading them. You know what I mean? 37, 8 and 8. He averaged 30 plus points. You know what I mean? He just out there cooking, so it got to be SGA. And no disrespect to Joker. I know Joker out there doing his thing, but Joker got a squad, though. Joker got MPJ. They all capable players. If you remove Joker, they can still probably get some wins. You know what I mean? Russell Westbrook, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter. You know what I mean? They still got a squad to get some wins. If SGA is not on the Thunder, I don't really see them with nobody. You know what I mean? They got some capable players, but not players that I think that can get dubs. So over the weekend, we got some news on Wemby. He got blood clots. So now he out for the rest of the year. He got blood clot in the shoulder. Deep vein thrombosis. That's what they call it, deep vein thrombosis. So he got to take blood thinners. And if you're on blood thinners, you can't play because if you bleed, if you get a little cut, you might bleed the fuck out because your blood is so thin, it's just going to be shooting out. So shout out to Wemby. It sucks to hear that from the young dude because he had a great season, great rookie season last year, and his sophomore season was this year, and he was improving. He was getting better and better and better. So, that's what happened to Chris Bosh, too. Chris Bosh had blood clots, and he had to stop, you know what I mean? But shout out to Wemby. Hope my nigga get better. He got blood clots in the shoulder. Hopefully he get better. I want to see him progress. I want to see him become the star that he's supposed to be. But, yeah, shout out to Wemby. Yesterday we had the Golden State Warriors. They retired Andre Iguodala number. Shout out to Andre Iguodala. He had an underrated career. Like, he was cooking with the Philadelphia 76ers. He cooked with Denver. He cooked with Golden State. Shout out to Golden State for having him. Shout out to Andre Iguodala. And Greg Popovich out for the remainder of the season. He had a stroke. So they gotta, he's not coming back for the rest of the year. He might be done, his career in coaching, it might be over. Shout out to Greg Popovich. Hope my nigga get well. That nigga was a great coach. That nigga was probably like the greatest coach in the world to me. You know what I mean? He didn't have Michael Jordan. He didn't have Kobe. You know what I mean? Even though he had Tim Duncan and David Robinson. But, Tony Parker wasn't like that. You know what I mean? Wasn't projected to be like that. Manu Ginobili wasn't projected to be like that. You know what I mean? But shout out to Greg Popovich. But that's all we finna get into today. Like, share, and subscribe. We got a short episode today. Like, share, and subscribe. I will see y'all later. When I'm gaming, I'm going to be gaming. Shout out to y'all. Peace.